Yep, that's us on the back of a recovery truck, once again. Not the first time we've seen this, and probably won't be the last, but get it off, get it fixed, and get it back on the road. Right, the next day has arrived. We're parked in a position that is not going to be the best for fixing it, but first of all, we've got a job to do. So we need to go and get the part, and hopefully that is the part. We don't actually know. We know it's not bringing fuel up. We haven't tested nothing, but we kind of just think it's that part. I mean, it could be a fuse, but I've checked all the fuses. Let's go to Scallon's Autos because they've got the parts in for us. Get it, pick it up, pay for it, come back, drop the tank, and hope it works. Right, there we go. Let's go and get the part and see if we can get it fitted. Oh, someone's busy, look at them. Working hard. Two of them, one over there and one there. We've got the part and we've also got a special tool as well. This is the special tool. Now some of you will know what this is for. Some of you won't have a clue. Right, so we need to drop the tank. Obviously, it's underneath the van. But first of all, we need to open the fuel cap because we've got a couple of bolts that are in there, which are Allen bolts, which we need to take out. And then there's one inside on the actual filler cap that we need to undo as well, because the filler cap is attached to the tank, which is attached to the side of the van. Right, so once you get your filler cap off, you can then take this part off here, and then just inside there you will see just there is a star drive bolt that holds your filler cap onto the van. There we go, and that is the inside one off. We can now go underneath the van and start undoing the actual tank from underneath. We've got the tank down. In the top there you do have two pipes going in, your in and your out feed for your fuel. You've also got an electric cable that goes into the side here. So we're going to undo them, and then we can take the tank out from underneath the van. Right, tank is now out. So we need to get this part of the tank off first, but I think we're going to drag it over, give it a blow off first so none of this crap goes into the tank. Get the airline on it and get all that off, and yeah, go from there. Now, to get this off, don't whack it with a hammer. I'll show you how to get it off. This is the special tool. The tool I showed you before, that is for these, so you don't snap lugs off. Stick it on, tighten it off. This is spring loaded as well, by the way, so when you take this out, don't throw that because you don't get a spare one with your kit. Keep hold of it and try not to damage it. Right, when you're taking it out, don't forget this. Don't bend it, don't touch it, don't knock it. Bring it out, tilt it forwards and slide it out. You might also want to save your O-ring as well, because I don't know whether the new one comes with one. Get your new one and then put your O-ring around the top, and then again, don't forget you've got your float, so slide your float in first and then you can drop that down inside. Make sure that your O-ring is going all the way around properly. Nice seal. Don't forget as well, your electric cable went to the back of the tank, so pick it up, give it a shove round, push that down, and then get your top bit back on. Tight as you can with your hands, then you can use your tool and you haven't snapped off any of your lugs. You will go on YouTube and you will find a couple of people doing this, and you will see that every single one of them who attacked it with a hammer and a screwdriver have knocked them all off. Pump is in there. We have drained the whole tank as well. Good to get it all drained. That's in that container over there. So we know that the tank is now really light. Also, when you take your tank off as well, you will have this brown cable, that is your earth cable for your tank. So just remember, that's there. That goes in the hole as well as the tank, which will basically be down there. It connects down there somewhere. I don't know where, but it does connect. There's another cable down there. So right, now to get that back under, get it pushed up, get the nozzle through, and fill it back up with diesel, and then hopefully it works. Today hasn't gone to bastard plan. Put the new pump in, put the tank back up, try turning it over, the battery's died. Now, to be fair, we've had to recharge the battery a couple of times over the past couple of months because it just keeps dying. I wanted to get a battery now, so we went to Halfords. I know, Halfords, yeah, I know. Don't even comment, don't even mention it, because I hate Halfords, because they just bend it over and go in dry. As well as the battery dying, I thought, okay, I'll charge it. Charger died. I had the charger about 30 years. It died. So, while we were in Halfords, picked up a charger. Actually not so bad, £31, 4 amp charger. All the Norco ones were like 2 amps and you were like £80. No, not paying that. Battery, 150 something pound. There is the battery right there. So, we're going to take the battery out and we're going to put it in that stupid thing there. And I am still refusing to call her by a name until she's working again. Today has cost about £350. Absolutely ridiculous. You buy a camper van and you convert a camper van and then it doesn't stop. You just keep spending money. Let's get this battery in and the old battery out, and then see if we can start it. So there is the old battery. In goes the new one. One battery in. Right, let's go for a start. It's another day. Still no closer. Still don't know what's going on. Still doesn't seem to be pulling fuel up. Tested the fuse, tested the relay. Still nothing. So, really don't know. Like, really don't know. I'm not got an absolute, I haven't got a clue. I've had loads of people trying to help, loads of people on Instagram, but none of us can kind of put our finger on what the hell it is. I've had Sean having a look at it. He's flummoxed as well. So the next thing we've got to do is drop the tank again, take the actual electrics off the pump, and then check if it's working. The old pump that we put off, we checked that last night and that works fine. So that was a waste of money, but it was what we thought it was. So went and bought a pump for £168 and it wasn't a pump. We don't think it was the pump anyway. We don't know. We've got to check the feed. It goes down underneath the van to the pump. That's what I'm going to do now. All that's been come out. I've been under there. I've had the reader in. I just don't know. I'm doing my head in now because I can't find the problem. If I knew what the problem was, then we'd go and fix it. But it's not being able to find the problem is a problem. Right, getting nowhere with any of this. So next thing we got to do is all the fuel we put in the tank, drop it and drop the tank again, and then we can check whether the connections under the tank are getting power. Right, got the tank dropped, as you can see there. That is all dropped. Now what I've done is pulled the cable down. That is the main cable that goes to the pump in the tank. We've checked that. That's got no feed going to it, but that is the earth there. If I actually give that a live, you can hear that pump's going. So that is the old pump, and there was nothing wrong with that pump. So we've technically now got a spare. Wonderful, just what you need. A spare one of them, isn't it? Everyone needs a spare one of them. Brought the mussels have come in from Brussels. They've come in to give us a hand because it's frustrating them as much as it is me. Hello, Father. So now that cable there goes, where's that go, Dad? So that goes to a connection up there. So we're now going to unplug that cable because it could be this cable here. It could be that. So what we're going to do is basically work our way back into the vehicle and see what's going on. But it's definitely electrical of some sort. Fuel tank's now back up, filled it back up with fuel. There's the old pump right there, that works perfectly. 150 something pound on a battery, 160 something pound on a fuel pump, 25 quid on a fuel filter. It had blown a fuse. It had blown a fuse. Not the fuse that the instruction manual said it was the fuse. It was a completely different fuse. But that stopped the pump. But let's talk about this fuse because it's not your normal fuse. I'm going to take this coat off. It's gone warm now. Give us a minute. Right, so in your fuse box, which is there. Now I know you're going to say, yeah Neil, we know where the fuse box is. But I'm going to show you something now that you're going to go like I went, what the hell is that? Right, so I pulled it down and it's just there now. This fuse, which is on 2 wires, was tucked right the way around the back of the fuse box. We don't know what this fuse does. We don't know what it's for. All we know is that if we take this fuse out, the whole van stops working. We don't know what it's attached to. For us to do that, we'd have to take the whole fuse box out and see where it goes to. No idea where it goes to. No problem whatsoever. So we've had a fuel pump. We've had a weird fuse blow. We've had a battery fitted. I think it's now time to check the system, like the whole system. Right, in here somewhere, there we go, Carly. That right there, that's Carly. We've all got one of these. We've all got one. We've all bought one. Plug in, don't tell you nothing. They tell you about 2,000 codes. Carly, 150,000. It's online. It's all online on your phone, and the app that you download to connect to it is Android or iPhone. So if you've got one of these, first of all, you need to buy one of them. Then you need to get this and just chuck her away because it's useless. Right, let's plug her in and we can talk a little bit more about her. Where our fuse box is here, we do have an ODB port. Dead simple. We take Carly and we plug her in. Right, so we got Carly plugged in right in there. You can see by the lights that are flashing there that she's now connecting to the system. Now, this little tiny device will search your car, and 95% of vehicles on the road, this little device will plug into. And it's equipped with over 10,000 of the most common repair faults that happen in your vehicle. And on average, probably save motorists about £2,000 a year, because people take the cars into main dealers and you get charged a fortune. Now, some garages you take your vehicles into, they only have generic code readers. They're not as good as the Carly system. Believe me, some of them can't even read half the systems that she does. Right, let's get the ignition on, open the app and go from there. So now that we've got the ignition turned on, we can go into the app, open the app and see what's going on. The good thing about the Carly system as well is all the jargon and all the complicated stuff that other code readers, they just give you numbers and stuff like that. This tells you exactly what they are. Let's have a look. Minor issues. That one, a couple there that I know about because they're for something that I have undone in the van. But we'll try and clear them anyway. We'll read the system again just to see what's going on. A lot of them are to do with a part of the van which I've disconnected, which we don't use. Another bonus about Carly system as well is that you can check your vehicle's genuine mileage against the vehicle itself. So if you think that the vehicle's been played with at some time or someone's been messing around with it, you can actually see, put the mileage in, put the VRM number in like it says on the screen there, and that's it. Carly will do the rest for you. You can get live data, you can get live diagnosis. It will do battery health monitor as well. You leave it in your system for 24 hours, you let it do its thing and it will tell you the next day, yeah, your battery maybe need changing, or it's okay, or it's good, or it's awful. There's also special features as well on some vehicles. You can do all sorts of other things on different types of vehicles. So that's a big bonus as well. The good thing for us is that it's tiny. It's like this big. And we've always got the app on the phone. It's all there on screen for you. And it's really simple to use. Probably a 5-year-old could use it, to be honest. So there's a massive bonus about having a Carly in your car. One, you've got peace of mind that you know it can connect to all the things in your vehicle, not just a handful. Also, on the app, you can set up a maintenance thing. So you can go into the app, you can tell the app when you need oil change and brakes doing, all sorts of other things on the app, and then it will know for in future that what you need doing is coming up and you can do it. There will be a link in the description down below. Go and get yourself a Carly and you can get 15% off as well. Really good, really handy, and you don't need to be a brain surgeon to know this works. Right, the van's all back together now. That was an absolute nightmare, and all because of a stupid fuse like that. Don't even know what it's for. We don't even know what it's for. We've tried to look, but it's wrapped around the back that tight that I don't really want to disturb it. I know it's there now, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't be a problem. We did spend an absolute fortune on parts, but to be fair, we did need a new battery anyway, because ours, it was just getting old. We'd been in for a few years, and it was a second-hand battery as well. So, new battery, all good to go. We're soon going to be on our travels. All the problems will be solved now, so if you do want to find some more videos on fixing stuff, there'll be some over here. Go and check them out, because some of them are ridiculous.